I'm Susan Arkady Barich. My husband's name is Barich. So anyway, I wanted to follow up a little bit with William Kristol and Sarah Longwell, a couple of Republican strategists. I mean, we all know William Kristol as a Republican, and those of us who know Sarah know that she was a Republican as well. Always loved rural life, and after living and working in economic development in Silicon Valley and the Monterey Bay area for 30 years, I now live in tiny Angels Camp in the very red Sierra foothills due east of San Francisco. Here I have a community of musicians, writers, artists, physicists, and philosophers who keep me alive and well. So in watching Sarah and William this morning, Sarah said, fill the zone with videos about what's going on in your life and in the life of other people that is negatively being affected by the Trump regime. And I'm mostly just scared. I'm scared, I'm terrified. Half of my income is my Social Security, and the other half is a meager little download from my IRA that I take every month. And with Trump crashing the economy and threatening to take Medicare and Social Security away from us old folks, it's terrifying. It really is scary. Am I going to lose my house? Some of us have gathered together up here and say, okay, who has land, who has property? Can we do a truck farm someplace? Who can do chickens? Who has room for cows? I mean, we're really looking at possible collapse. So that's how it's affecting many, many of us in rural California. And then just the idea that my Justice Department is supposed to go after Miles Taylor for exercising his First Amendment right to free speech. And the Justice Department's just been sicked after him for no crime that's been committed. Just go investigate the man, make his life miserable. That's the Trump way. Cruelty is the Trump way. And then for this El Salvadoran dad, a legal resident here in the United States, to get shipped off to a Salvadoran prison against the law without his Fifth Amendment due process rights means that none of us, not you, not me, none of us has Fifth Amendment rights anymore. We just don't. If one person doesn't have them, none of us has them. And that's why I'm wondering, all the gang members who got shipped away, I hope that they at least had some kind of a day in court where they could plead their case to a judge. That's what the Fifth Amendment gives us the right to do. And so if those gang members have lost that right, we have too. It's not like I want gang members on the street, but give them a day in court before you ship them. And what is this with them shipping them someplace? What is that? Who authorized the payments to another country to be able to take our people into their prison? Who's paying for that? Who authorized that payment? Did Congress authorize that? And then I noticed in watching those men get unloaded from the airplanes, what the airplanes said on them. Global X. Global X. Is that another contract that Musk has with his buddy Donald Trump that the Congress may not even know anything about? I mean, it's just not American, you guys. It is not the America I grew up in. And I think that what is affecting me the most is that I am in such grief. Not that I want everything to be far left, I don't want culture wars. When I stand on the corner of 4 and 49, this little tiny two-lane highway and then a two-lane highway, and about 30 or 40 of us stand on the corner every Friday afternoon, and with our little signs, our pro-America, anti-Trump signs, And we get flipped off by a lot of local rural people. But guess what? They have the right to be upset with me. I'm not upset with them, actually. I get why they did what they did. They were just trying to survive the inequality that has developed between the 1% and the 99%. I told my husband 20 years ago when you first started hearing this that 90% of the wealth is with the top 10%. I think it was top 10% at that time. And now it's the top 1% has like 99% of the wealth in the world, not just America. But these people are not Americans. These people are transnational. They just grab the wealth from everybody. Look what he's doing. He's not supposed to be using the presidency to be enriching himself, and yet he's pushing his own cryptocurrency. He's making deals with Live Gulf and the Saudis when he should be at the airport receiving the remains of fallen American soldiers, our children. This guy is beyond words. So my grief, I have a lot of grief. Like this morning I was crying. My 53-year-old son is in my house today, and he came past my room and he said, "Are you crying?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm reading this. I'm listening to Ray Charles' America the Beautiful and reading what Dan Rather had to say on Substack today. It was so beautiful. It's like, don't give up, America is our values go deep kind of thing, and don't quit, don't give up." So Sarah said, talk about how Trump's policies are negatively affecting people. I have a friend who is a musician, and he has epilepsy, and he has Social Security because you don't want him driving a car, you don't want him operating machinery, and so there are a lot of things he can't do to make a living, but he does teach music. To supplement his meager income, he had a little meager Social Security. He told me a couple of weeks ago that a couple of weeks before our conversation, his Social Security had just been dropped. Just dropped. I said, why? He said, I don't know. They didn't tell me. They just dropped me. So now he's going to be poorer. We're creating more poverty. Thank you. Donald Trump, Doge, whoever. And it's not, by the way, Elon Musk is a tool of Donald Trump. And Donald Trump is a tool of the Heritage Foundation and their wackos. So putting the emphasis on get rid of Elon Musk is just because people who say that voted for Donald Trump, and they don't, oh God, I couldn't say get rid of Donald Trump because I voted for him. So now we have to focus on getting rid of Elon Musk. That's not going to help. Donald Trump and the Heritage Foundation and Project 2025, which is rolling along quite nicely, are the problem. So in 1984, I went to Germany on a teacher's exchange. My guy I was married to at the time was a teacher. And we went in the S-Bahn over the wall, over the no man's land filled with mines, over the razor wire, and into the prison that was East Berlin. When we went through where we have to show our passport, the guy behind the little thing looked at my passport, and he looked at me, then he looked at my passport, and he looked at me, then he looked at my passport, and he looked at me, and it was really unnerving. It was terrifying. And I was terrified the whole time I was in East Berlin, which was just, a few hours. Terrified. I had no rights. And I knew I had no rights. I feel like I have absolutely no rights here. But I also knew that if anything happened, I was an American citizen. I was valued by my government. I was cherished by my government. And if anything happened to me, they would find me and get me out or do an exchange. If I did something stupid, which I've been known to do stupid things, they would have come and gotten me. Now I feel that the government in Washington, D.C. does not value me at all. They would leave me wherever. They don't care about me at all. I have lost that whole sense of the great American experiment. I've lost the whole sense of being valued because I'm an American, being valued by my government. They won't do that anymore. They won't protect us anymore. They won't. I mean, just by doing this video, I am now an enemy of the state, I am sure. So you probably can find me in some prison someplace. So thanks for sticking with me. This was my experiment. Sarah asked us to get online and do videos, just regular people. So I'm just a regular old person getting online and practicing doing a video. So if I can do it, y'all can do it. You guys can do it too. So let's get out there. Let's take to the streets. Let's keep America the beautiful, the promised land, the shining city on the hill. Let's bring it all back. Our parents had to fight in World War II. Our grandparents fought in World War I. Our kids fought in Iraq. It's our turn to fight. We have to fight again. So it's okay. It's worth the fight. America. And I think this is it's not kind of breaking. It breaks my heart when I cry. My heart breaks a little bit. That's what the crying means. But we have to have faith in one another, and we have to have faith in the way we grew up. We grew up in a democracy. We grew up with a voice. We're not like Tsarist Russia. The Russians have been under dictators forever. The Tsars were dictators. So it was easy for the communists to take over. The Chinese were in not the Tao, but in Confucianism, the group is more important than the individual. So communism wasn't all that foreign for them. For us, Americans, rebels, runaways from England and all over the world looking for a better place, and our ancestors created this better place. And all we have to do is go out and protect it now. We have to protect it now. It's been built. We need to protect it, and we'll probably have to rebuild it. So anyway, thanks for checking in. Sue Arkady Barich, and I will see you later.